What's up everybody? Welcome to my channel. Thanks again for tuning in, or if this is your first time, welcome. I'm Michelle. I'm a new YouTuber. I don't know why I felt the need to say that. Anyways, in today's video, I'm going to be doing an update on a previous video that I did, which was my project pan. Again, if you haven't seen that video, or if you just don't know what a project pan is, it's when you take certain makeup products and you really, or just kind of just a product, and you really dedicate yourself to using it. If it's makeup, you can either use it until you hit pan and then just think, okay, I got my money's worth, I'll put it away. Or what a lot of panners do is they will completely use up an eyeshadow or a blush or a body lotion, whatever it is, until there's nothing left. So that is what I'm doing. I'm panning all of mine until they are completely gone. In my first project pan, I mentioned four items that I'm dedicating myself to. To start off, I'm going to talk about my Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill eyeshadow palette. This was huge in 2016. That's when I bought it because I was obsessed with Jaclyn Hill and I was obsessed with the Champagne Pop highlighter. And when I realized or heard that she was coming out with the whole collection, I was like, I have to have it. I need it. I need it. I need it. But fast forward 3 years later, I realized I wasn't using it as much, and so that's why I'm dedicating this eyeshadow palette in my project pan. Also, I realized, I looked back at my Sephora order, I paid $40 for a 5-pan eyeshadow palette. $40! Who did I think I was? I was shocked. I don't spend more than like $20 on an item anymore because that's ridiculous. As you can see, I used up 2 shades and I've actually hit pan on the 3 others. My goal is to completely finish this palette. Right now, because it's summer, I want more of a natural kind of bronzy look, so I'm really focusing on these 2 shades, but once winter or fall and winter roll around, I am going to focus on this shade to give me more of a smoky fall kind of look. Next is the Jaclyn Hill Becca Cosmetics face palette. This, again, I bought when I bought the eyeshadow palette. It's been 3 years. I realized that I had so many other highlighters and I was like, okay, I have to get rid of some. And this is my oldest kind of like highlighter face palette thing. So this is what it looks like. It came with 2 highlighters, 3 blushes. As you can see, I finished 1 highlighter and I'm working on the next one. When I first introduced this palette, I had pan on both of the highlighters, and I decided to focus on this one, and now I'm focusing on this one. In my first introduction to this video, I said that once the highlighters were done, I was going to be done with the palette and I would give it away so someone else can use the blushes. Then I looked at my Sephora order and I realized I paid $52 for this. I was like, okay, that was $52. That's going to waste. Yeah, I'm going to use these blushes until there's no more blush to blush with, okay? Because $52, I'm getting my money's worth, okay? Okay, thank you so much. The next thing I believe I showed in my first video was my Coty Airspun Loose Translucent Powder. And it was about halfway full when I first introduced it. And guess what? I finished it! Oh, you guys. It took me an entire year of using this every single time I did my makeup. Every single time. It took me an entire year. But I finished it. I got my $8 worth. I am so happy. Oh, this was a hard one. I think at first when people would review this, they talk about the scent and I'd be like, it's not even that bad. Like, what are they talking about? After using it for a year, that scent can get repulsive. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to finish it. I've had about 3 of these, but I always kind of mess around with them. And like, I would mix other powders in with it. Like, I would crush up like a compact powder and mix it in. Or one time I took my bronzer and like mixed it in there because I wanted to make the powder darker. And so this is the first one that I finished like from full till it was gone. So I'm very proud of myself. I actually bought a backup powder, which is the Cover FX Banana Illuminating Powder, and I'm really excited to use that one. The next product that I showed was my bronzer. I'm still using the same one, unfortunately. The Milani on here completely rubbed off, so that's fun. This one, you really can't see all that much progress on it. You can see that I flattened it, but this is a baked product. I have so much left of it. This one is going to be in my project pan, in my makeup, my everyday makeup, just any makeup routine stash, my makeup bag for a while. I don't think I'm going to use this one or use it up by the end of the year. If I do, thank God. If not, I'm going to continue using it until I am completely done. And then afterwards, I think after I finish this, I want to try the Fenty bronzers. I've heard a lot of good stuff about those. And lastly, the next item that I was really dedicating to my project pan was this Ralph Lauren roll-on perfume. I think I started about where the P is when I first introduced this, and I finished it. I'm so excited. I'm sorry, I have like fur on my nose. But yeah, I was able to finish it, and I'm actually working on another perfume right now. So I was able to finish 2 items completely in my project pan, and I am getting very close to finishing the others. The blushes in the face palette I think I will have for a very long time because they're very pigmented, so you need the slightest bit. I've been using those blushes for at least a year and a half, and there's no dent in them whatsoever. I didn't watch the whole video when I was like rewatching my first project pan, so I don't know if I mentioned this as a dedicated product or not, but it's my Too Faced Primed and Peachy Primer. This was good. I really like this. I'm not using primer right now. I don't really think I need primer, to be completely honest. It was nice while I was using it, but like I said, I just don't think it's a necessity. But I finished it up, which I'm really happy about. There's nothing left. Nothing at all, so I'm really happy about that. I finished my setting spray, which is really nice. I actually haven't been using setting spray either since I finished this up. I've actually been refilling this with water and mixing it with a bit of my moisturizer just to spray it over my face. Setting spray is one of those things that I don't think it's a necessity in your makeup routine, at least for me personally, but when I do have it, I do enjoy it. Next is my Makeup Revolution foundation. It took me 7 months to finish this. I was not a fan. I felt like it just didn't sit on my skin. It was a love-hate relationship. Like some days I absolutely loved the way it looked and the way it just wore throughout the day. And other days I was like, get this off my face the second I put it on, because it was just not worth it. But as you can see, I was able to finish it up. And I was actually working on this Wet n Wild Photo Focus Stick Foundation. I've been using this for a while too, about a month and a half. I finished it, which I'm very happy about. This was another love-hate. Like when I first bought it, I had pretty bad skin problems, so I was not into it. I was like, nope, I don't want this, about to return it. Then I changed up my skincare routine, and I realized it was my skincare routine that was bad. So then I loved it, and then it kind of did the same thing as this one, where some days I loved it, other days I was like, what even is this? Like, why is this on the market, you know? I had some lipsticks in my last video that I introduced. They got really just kind of rancid, and they had this horrible smell, so I just tossed them. And I've actually been working on this NYX Lip Lingerie that I use in every video, and this Essence clear lip gloss. It was clear, but it's now dirty from like putting it over the lipstick. So these are the lip products that I'm trying to pan now, because I'm not a lipstick person, to be honest. So I thought I'd use up the ones that I have so they don't go bad, because I think I've had this one for almost a year, so it's probably, you know, time I use it up. I think this was in my last video. It's an eyebrow powder. I actually hit pan twice on this. I might repress it just so it's easier to like access with my brush, and then once I'm done with this shade, I'm gonna move on to the darker shade here. And I've changed out my mascara like 3 times since that video. I cycle through mascaras pretty quickly, so I don't really include them in a project pan. I stick to one, and then I buy a new one when I need it. I don't, like I said, I just don't like having multiples of anything. The only thing that I'll have multiples of are highlighters and eyeshadow palettes. I live for highlighters. I live for eyeshadow palettes. Yeah, everything else like foundation, I'm like, okay, one and done. Blush, one and done. Eyebrows, one and done. Like if I like it, I stick to it, and then I'll either repurchase it or I'll move on to something else when I'm done. But yeah, that was my project pan. I forgot to mention that I'm doing this as a part of Beauty News, their YouTube channel. I'll link them in the eye. I don't know if it's over here or over here. But their YouTube channel, and they started a Team Project Pan this year. You just look up the hashtag Team Project Pan either on YouTube or Instagram, maybe even Twitter, but I don't have Twitter, so I don't know. You can look at other people's project pans, see the progress they've made, maybe the products they've used. And yeah, if you want to join, it's not too late. Honestly, you can. I started my project pan January 1st because I was like, I just want to see how much I can use in 1 year. But if you're starting today, like, you do it until the end of the year and see how much you can use by the end of the year, or just use it until they're finished. Honestly, there's no like right way to start a project pan. As long as you start it and you meet your goal, you're set. I forgot to mention, I'm wearing everything in my project pan on my face. Today I actually inserted clips of me using all of these products, and in that portion of the video I actually finished these 2 products, which is so exciting. I did a little dance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you start a project pan, please let me know, or if you are already doing a project pan, let me know your progress. I have my Instagram linked down below, so tag me in any of your photos and I can see your progress. I can encourage you. I can be like, dang, you did so good, or like, whoa, I'm working on this too. I know the struggle. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Comment any suggestions or questions or advice you may have. And tune in every Friday. That's my upload schedule. Like I said, subscribe so you don't miss out on any new uploads. Follow me on Instagram, link down below. Bye! What's up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. Nope, what am I gonna say? I'm sorry, I have a piece of fur and I can't get it out.
This is like one of my perfume palettes, so definitely.
A lot of, I'll insert, I've